Shahid, Hakim Mahkamah Tinggi, Bahagian Kuasa-Kuasa Khas 1. Mahkamah ingin mengingatkan semua pihak supaya kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai giliran. Dipohon kepada wakil-wakil yang hadir pada hari ini bagi pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor untuk memperkenalkan diri.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Ahmad Faiz Razani, Peguam Persekutuan, hadir bagi pihak yang berbahagia Tan Sri Peguam Negara.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Pushpa Ratnam, mewakili Majlis Peguam Malaysia.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Mageswaran Rajanggam, mewakili Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor.
Terima kasih. Mahkamah akan memanggil nombor petisyen satu persatu. Apabila nombor petisyen dipanggil, Pempetisyen diminta berdiri dan memperkenalkan diri. Kemudian, peguam pengusul atau mover akan membacakan latar belakang Pempetisyen sehingga selesai. Pempetisyen pertama, WA 1878-01-2020.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Sean Zachary Tan Chia Wen, Pempetisyen pertama.
Mover.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Derek Chan bagi Pempetisyen pertama hari ini. Rakan-rakan terpelajar saya yang mewakili Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur telah pun memperkenalkan mereka sendiri sebentar tadi. Ya Arif, ini adalah petisyen penerimaan masuk Sean Zachary Tan Chia Wen sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Dengan izin Ya Arif, saya ingin meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
May I introduce the petitioner, Sean Zachary Tan Chia Wen. The petitioner was born on the 23rd of November 1996 in Kuching, Sarawak. He is the youngest child of Christopher Tan Po Huat and Jenny Wong Yu Heng. Although the petitioner's parents are unable to be physically present with the petitioner today, he is glad that they are able to watch the ceremony today by virtual means. The petitioner completed his secondary school education and A-levels education at Lodge International School in Kuching. Upon completing his A-levels, the petitioner embarked on his legal education by pursuing his undergraduate degree in law at Queen Mary University of London. Thereafter, the petitioner completed the Bar Professional Training course at City Law School and was called to the Bar of England and Wales by the Honourable Society of Middle Temple. Upon returning to Malaysia, the petitioner was fortunate to be offered the opportunity to commence his pupillage in January 2020 with Messrs. Wong and Partners. Throughout his pupillage, the petitioner learned the invaluable depth of the profession and responsibility that is mandated in this profession. The petitioner is grateful for the substantial experience and exposure he gained when he was attached with a tax, trade, and wealth management practice group. The petitioner is incredibly humble for all the opportunities and the people he met during his time at the firm. The petitioner is now excited to see what else the future has in store for him. The petitioner would like to express his utmost appreciation for the two people who have been instrumental in all his achievements. The petitioner would like to thank his father for raising him to be the man he is today by the impartation of his wisdom and valuable guidance to him. The petitioner strives to follow in his father's footsteps in becoming someone who is always willing to be there for others and to share a laugh. The petitioner would like to thank his mother for her endless love and support. The petitioner has always admired his mother for her strength, character, and kindness. She inspires him to be a better person each and every day. The petitioner will also like to thank his sister, Kimberly, and her partner, Adrian, for their support and companionship during this period. Lastly, the petitioner wishes to express his gratitude and thanks to his aunties and uncles far and wide, from KL, Sarawak, and the UK, for the support and love they have always shown. On this important day, the petitioner would like to express his heartfelt gratitude to many others who have played an important part in his journey. Firstly, the petitioner would also like to take the opportunity to thank his pupil master, Crystal Ng. Crystal has always made time to provide guidance, a listening ear, and friendship throughout the petitioner's pupillage. The petitioner is ever grateful to have had the opportunity to work alongside Crystal and to witness firsthand the excellence, diligence, and ambition needed to thrive in this profession. The petitioner would like to record his gratitude to everyone at Wong & Partners, from the partners, associates, support staff, and his fellow pupils for their encouragement, advice, and camaraderie throughout the petitioner's pupillage. The petitioner would like to especially thank his pupil mates, Yo Mei and Wee Ting, whom he was fortunate enough to grow up with in Kuching to the completion of pupillage together. The petitioner would also like to extend his appreciation to some of his closest friends from his university days, Daniel, Giselle, Rebecca, Peru, Shannon, and Yisin, for being there through thick and thin, and for countless adventures they shared together. Based on the training that petitioner has undergone, I have no doubt that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I believe that all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee have no objections to this petition. Accordingly, I humbly move this Honourable Court to admit and enroll the petitioner Sean Zachary Tan Chia Woon as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
The Bar Council has no objections either, my lord.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profession Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Sean Zachary Tan Chia Woon untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran supaya Pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Petisyen kedua WA 18-12801-2020.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Tan Wai Sean, Pempetisyen kedua pada prosidingan hari ini.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Tan Chun Kit dan saya adalah peguam pengusul yang mewakili Pempetisyen Tan Wai Sean pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti mana yang telah diperkenalkan tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan pecahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, my lord. The petitioner first experienced the warm embrace of the world on the auspicious 10th day of June 1996. The union between Mr. Tan Kok Heng and Madam Wong Wai Hun provided this blessing to the petitioner. Beyond the gift of unrequited love and care, they also provided the petitioner with the joy of another family member, Ms. Tan Jasmine. During the petitioner's toddler years, he has been told that he emphasized on the question why very often. Little did he know, this would come in handy to his future career choice. Education is the best investment, and the petitioner's parents have given him the best investment possible. Fortune has smiled upon the petitioner as he was able to dip his toes into the realm of debating during his secondary education in Wesley Methodist School, Kuala Lumpur. It was the first time that the petitioner transferred his flair in finding logic in arguments from immature banter to structured analysis and intellectual discourse. Coupled with an innate nature to socialize, it felt only natural to the petitioner to embark on the brave journey of reading law. After pursuing his UK transfer degree program in Brickfields Asia College, the petitioner graduated with first-class honours from the University of Reading in 2018. Shortly after, in 2019, he completed his bar professional training course in City University London, which enabled him to be called to the Bar of England and Wales at the Honourable Society of Lincoln's Inn. However, he maintains that the highlights of his legal education were those beyond the classroom. Due to his involvement in the mooting circuit, he was blessed to have met two invaluable mentors and friends, Louis A. King and Tatiana Polevshikova. They may not know it, but they have left a significant impact on how the petitioner conducts legal work, and for that, the petitioner is grateful. The petitioner commends his pupillage at the chambers of Ms. Jeshta Mahendran at Mrs. Shen Delamo & Co. on 9 January 2020. Under her guidance, the petitioner learned to analyze submissions from a different perspective and enhance his worldview of businesses, of which the petitioner wishes to express his appreciation. Ample of opportunities were provided to the petitioner during his pupillage, allowing him to fortify his strengths and amass new knowledge. And the petitioner conveys no less thanks to another mentor of his at the firm, Miss Karen Abraham. The petitioner also wishes to thank all the partners and lawyers who contributed to his growth during his pupillage. Throughout this grueling journey, the petitioner would like to thank all his friends from his schooling days, university, bar school friends, and pupillage, no matter how he has met his friends. Meaningful friendships are hard to come by, and the petitioner will cherish them. The petitioner is glad that he was able to know all of them at this stage of their life, as he is sure that all of them will find happiness and success. The petitioner has also met some of his friends in recent times, and he really appreciates the camaraderie, love, and support given. The petitioner likes to think that all his friends are watching the live virtual session right now. And to save the best for the last, the petitioner expresses his utmost gratitude to his family members. Without them, he would not have been able to become who he is today, and he is eternally indebted to his father, Tan Kok Heng, for his unwavering trust in the petitioner's decision-making, never hesitating to support the petitioner throughout his education, even though it was difficult. To his mother, Wong Wai Hun, for her constant worries and care, and the wise wisdom that has been imparted to the petitioner throughout his years of life. To his younger sister, Tan Jasmine, for being a best friend and better sibling. The petitioner's family have always been anchors of life to the petitioner, and he wishes to share this special day with his family and hopes that he has made his family proud. It has been said that the secret of success is to find people you love and things you love to do. If that indeed is the secret, the petitioner believes that he is well on track to achieve it. My lord, I verily believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I further believe that all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorneys General Chambers, the Bar Council, and Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objection to this petition. Therefore, I humbly pray that this honourable court to admit and enrol the petitioner, Tan Wai Sean, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Tan Wai Sean untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
May I seek the leave from the honourable court to allow the petitioner to robe himself.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Much obliged, my lord.
Sama-sama.
Pepetisyen ketiga WA18-16801-2020.
Dengan izinkan Yang Arif, nama saya Chia Ihuan, Pempetisyen ketiga.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Wong Go Bin dan saya hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Chia Ihuan pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya adalah yang mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti yang diperkenalkan tadi. Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran untuk berhujah berkenaan Pempetisyen dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Yang Arif, allow me to introduce your petitioner, Chia Ihuan. Your petitioner studied law with politics at the Queen's University, Belfast, where she graduated with second-class honours upper division in 2018. She then went on to City Law School to pursue the Bar Professional Training course and was called to the Bar of England and Wales at Middle Temple in 2019. Throughout her educational years in the UK, your petitioner was actively involved in extracurricular activities from participating in mooting competitions to being involved in the Malaysian Society as Public Relations Director. Motivated by the urge to fight for the rights of the underprivileged, your petitioner also volunteered in the legal aid centres for a year while she was pursuing her bar course in London. Upon completion of her legal studies, your petitioner commenced her pupillage at Mrs. Logan Sabapati & Co. with my learned friend, Mr. Logan Sabapati himself as a master. As the petitioner stands here to be admitted as the newest member of the legal fraternity, your petitioner would like to thank Mr. Logan Sabapati for his meticulous guidance in her journey as a pupil. Your petitioner is very respectful of Mr. Logan's grasp of ethics, moral grounds, and passion for the law, and is immensely grateful to be able to start out in this profession guided by someone with such strong values and principles. Your petitioner strives to be as integrous and unwavering as a pupil master in pursuing her career as an advocate of law. Your petitioner would also like to thank her colleagues, Ariel Francis and Vivian O, and as well as the rest of her staff at Mrs. Logan Sabapati & Co. for their patience, guidance, and friendship throughout her pupillage. On this special day, your petitioner would like to express her utmost gratitude to her parents, Mr. Chia Sang Sun and Ms. Lo Su Mui, for their unfailing support and love. She would not have gone this far without the sacrifices made by her parents for her. Your petitioner is entirely grateful for having grown up in a loving environment carefully nurtured by her parents, which ultimately allowed her to blossom into the independent woman, young woman that she is today. Lastly, Yang Arif, your petitioner would like to thank her best friends, Yvonne Lau and William Ang, for being her biggest cheerleaders in life, for always being genuinely concerned and always being there for your petitioner. Your petitioner would additionally like to thank Sean, Miguel, Ray, and Seaman for accompanying her and brightening up her early pupillage days from adapting from student life to work life. Yang Arif, I verily believe that your petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I also believe that your petitioner's papers are in orders and that there are no objections from the Attorneys General Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee.
Ada bantahan Yang Arif?
The Malaysian Bar has got no objections, my lord.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
My Lord, I respectfully pray for your humble petitioner, Chia Yi Huan, to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Chia Yi Huan untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
I'm obliged, my Lord. I seek permission of this honorable court for the petitioner to robe herself.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Okay. Sama-sama.
Petisyen keempat WA 18-856-05-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Laura Ann Raphael Parkel, pempetisyen yang keempat pada hari ini.
Mover. Please unmute.
Terima kasih Arif. Dengan izin ya Arif. Okay. Saya Shanmuhanandan Alagi Balasubramaniam, adik bagi pihak Pempetisyen Laura Ann Raphael Parker pada hari ini Arif. Bersama rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia, Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan-Kuasa Peguam Selangor yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan ujian saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Terima kasih Arif. May it please your lordship, the petitioner Laura Ann Raphael Parker, born on 20 March 1995, Yang Arif, to a young working couple in Klang, Malaysia, and who were blessed with the youngest of their 5 children, the petitioner. The petitioner completed her primary and secondary education at Sekolah Kebangsaan Convent Klang and Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Convent Klang, respectively. Thereafter, Yang Arif, the petitioner pursued further education at Brickfield Asia College, where she completed the University of London External Program and graduated with a Bachelor of Laws in the year of 2017. In the year of 2018, the petitioner was duly conferred the Certificate of Legal Practice. Thereafter, the petitioner Yang Arif commenced her pupillage in Mrs. K. Nararaja and Partners under the tutelage of my learned friend, Mr. A.G. Kalidas Krishnan, Analaki Nana Pradasa. Toward a pupillage, the petitioner has opportunity of learning the ropes of litigation from the best of the best and will be forever indebted for all the knowledge imparted to her from a learned people master, Mr. A.G. Kalidas Krishnan. It is with passion, courage, and conviction a strong sense of self that the petitioner has made it to this far in a legal journey. For this, the petitioner wishes to extend our utmost appreciation and gratitude to first and foremost our parents, Mr. Raphael Joseph and Miss Maggie Paul, for providing moral and financial support to the petitioner. Our closest friends, Miss Elaine, Sheena, Deirdre, Divya, and Charanpreet and Rebecca for providing comedic relief on the most stressful days. The petitioner would also wish to thank our 4 siblings as well as those close friends, Mr. Vinod Menon, for encouraging the petitioner to never give up and keep pushing for her when the going got tough. Lastly, my lord, the petitioner would also once again like to thank our people master, Mr. A.G. Kalidas, as well as to extend a gratitude to the staff of K. Naraja and Partners and the colleagues for their guidance during the time, especially her boss, Mr. Naraja Anagkarupia, as well as legal associates, Ms. Jasmine Ain and Ms. Kartini Ganesan. My lord, I believe the petitioner is fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of Honorable Court. I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order, and my learned friend from the Attorney General Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Selangor Bar Committee, respectively, have no objection to this motion.
Ada bantahan Yang Arif?
The Malaysian Bar has no objections, my lord.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
My lord, I humbly move this Honorable Court to admit and enroll the petitioner Laura and Raphael Perikel as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Laura Ann Raphael Perikel untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
My lord, may I seek leave from this Honorable Court for the petitioner to robe herself.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Much obliged, my lord.
Sama.
Petisyen kelima, WA18-1870-11-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Chua Yisin, Pempetisyen kelima.
Mover. M5.
Yes, I'm on already, but do I start now? Ya, dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Hanitan Lian, pengusul Pempetisyen Chua Yisin. Beliau hadir pada petang ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya dari AGC, Majlis Peguam dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur telah pun diperkenalkan. Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan prosiding ini dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged. By your leave, Your Lordship, I introduce your petitioner, Chua Yisin. Your petitioner is the younger of 2 daughters born to Mr. Chua Yu Wei and Madam Tan Siu Hyok, who are watching the proceedings at home. They have loved and encouraged her, giving her endless opportunities to learn and shine. They did one of the hardest things of parenthood, teaching her to believe in herself. For all that and more, she thanks them. Yi En, her Tai Ka Che, elder sister, is her rock and constant. Ian is also an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. Your petitioner says that Ian is the best sister in the world, and she can ask her anything, and she's a fantastic listener. She records a deep love and appreciation of Ian here. My Lord, your petitioner read law at Queen Mary College, University of London, where she graduated with a second upper in 2018. She was called to the Bar of England and Wales from Middle Temple in October 2019 and commenced her pupillage under the tutelage of my learned friend, Mr. Kwan Wilson. She continued with him when he became a founding partner of Mrs. Lim Chi Wee Partnership in July of this year. As Shakespeare wrote in Richard II, I count myself in nothing else so happy as a soul remembering my good friends. And so your petitioner thanks her friends. First, we have Sean Zachary Tan, whom she says is a very kind soul and has been very good to her. To Ananda, Faith, Arif, Javid, and Sean, you inspire her to be her best self and to never give up in the face of adversity. Your petitioner says her biggest thanks for her pupil master, Mr. Kwan Wilson. From him, she learned not only the law and procedure, she also learned the finer points of becoming an advocate and solicitor. Everyone at Mrs. Lim Chi Wee Partnership has been tremendous, and she thanks them. I've had the privilege of knowing your petitioner when she interned with us in 2018. She assisted us in a parliamentary briefing regarding the Universal Periodic Review, UPR. At that time, Malaysia was preparing to be reviewed by the United Nations Human Rights Council on the progress of human rights in Malaysia. Your petitioner is eager to learn, smart and enterprising. With her friends, she has set up lawquacks.com, a website that publishes articles written by your petitioner and her friends. In fact, your petitioner's interview on the very popular BFM radio to talk about lawquacks.com was just broadcast at 3:05 p.m. today. Excuse me. Excuse me. My Lord, your petitioner Chua Yi Sin is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I believe her papers are in order and that my learned friends from the relevant bodies have no objections. As such, I humbly pray that your petitioner Chua Yi Sin be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I'm much obliged.
Ada bantahan ya, Arif?
My Lord, yes, I am informed that her papers are in order and the Bar Council has got no objections to her call. Thank you.
Tiada bantahan yang Arif.
My Lord, I pray that the petitioner be allowed to roll herself.
Sabar, saya belum bagi perintah lagi Cik Anu.
Oh, I'm so sorry, my Lord. I apologize.
No problem, I know you're very excited. Sebentar ya, sabar. Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Chua Yi Sin untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Sekarang saya izinkan untuk Pempetisyen menyarungkan jubahnya sendiri. Silakan.
My Lord.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Petisyen ke-6 WA18-2063-12-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Chan Chong Peng, pempetisyen ke-6 pada hari ini.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Ho Shirley. Saya adalah Peguam Pengusul yang mewakili Pempetisyen ke-6, Chang Chon Ping. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, my lord. May I introduce you, my lord, your petitioner Chan Chong-ping. Born on the 29th of July 1996, the petitioner is the first child of Mr. Chang Hakim and Madam Fong Tak Fei. Motivated by her desire to be the voice for the weak and vulnerable, the petitioner has set her mind on becoming a lawyer at a very young age. According to the petitioner, her good communication skill has earned her a nickname, Lawyer Chang, among her family members. The petitioner read law in Breakthroughs Asia College and was conferred a Bachelor of Laws with a second-class honours lower division from the University of London in 2017. Thereafter, the petitioner proceeded to obtain her certificate in legal practice and completed and succeeded in her first attempt. It has not been an easy journey for the petitioner, but she strived to stay the course and the great determination has now paid off. My lord, on this memorable day, the petitioner wishes to express her heartfelt gratitude to her family, her master, and her friends. The petitioner would like to convey her utmost appreciation to her master, who is also a good friend of mine, Mr. Tan Zaimant, for his invaluable guidance, patience, and advice. There is an old proverb which reads, "Give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he will eat for the rest of his life." My lord, I believe this old proverb befits the petitioner's pupillage experience under the guidance of Mr. Tan. The petitioner also sees Mr. Tan as someone who is very approachable and has greatly benefited from his generosity in imparting his knowledge. The petitioner is forever grateful to Mr. Tan for his invaluable guidance, and she promises that she will put all that she has learned from him into good use in the future. The petitioner would like to also express her gratitude to her parents and her sister for their unwavering support and encouragement. The petitioner's father has been very supportive of the petitioner, always encouraging her to pursue her dreams. The petitioner is very grateful to her father for all the sacrifices he has made as a sole breadwinner, including working overtime and all the odd hours at the construction site. The petitioner is also very grateful to her doting mother, who always ensured the petitioner's well-being. To the petitioner's sister, the petitioner is very grateful and very proud to have a sister like her. And none of the petitioner's achievement would have been made possible if not for the support she has received from her family. Today, the petitioner is the first advocate and solicitor in the Chang family, and the petitioner vows to use her best endeavour to repay her parents for their unwavering love and support by taking good care of them. The petitioner would also like to express her gratitude to her best friend, Phoebe Ting, for her love and support. And the petitioner would also like to thank her friends in Breakthroughs Asia College for their friendship and support. My lord, I really believe that the petitioner is a fit and a proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I believe that all the petitioner's papers are in order and there are no objections to this petition from the Attorney General Chambers, the Malaysian Bar and the KL Bar. I humbly move this honourable court to admit and enrol the petitioner Chan Chong-ping as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya.
Wakil daripada Jabatan Peguam Negara.
Tiada bantahan, Ya Arif.
The Malaysian Bar has no objections, my lord.
Tiada bantahan, Yang Arif.
Dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Chang Chon Ping untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
I'm obliged, my lord. May I seek permission from my lord to allow the petitioner to robe herself?
Dibenarkan.
Obliged.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima kasih Arif.
Okey, sama-sama.
Petisyen terakhir untuk tahun ini WA 18-2180-12-2019.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Michelle Punyetong, Pempetisyen terakhir.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Jamie Wong Siu Min, Peguam Pengusul bagi pihak Pempetisyen Michelle Pun Yue Tong dan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang telah pun diperkenalkan sebelum ini. Yang Arif, saya pohon untuk meneruskan prosiding dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dibenarkan.
Much obliged, my lord. Born on the 24th of April 1996 in Petaling Jaya, your petitioner is the only child of Mr. Pun Chow Shi and Mrs. Chow Pek Len. Your petitioner started her early education in SJKC Yok Chai before continuing her secondary education in Sun Jin High School. Your petitioner began her legal education at Brickfields Asia College by enrolling in the UK Transfer 2+1 program. Your petitioner was conferred a Bachelor of Laws degree from the University of Essex in 2018. She then proceeded to obtain the Certificate of Legal Practice the year after. Thereafter, your petitioner commenced her pupillage at S.L. Gun and Partners under the tutelage of Miss Daphne Gun Siu Lee. On this memorable day, your petitioner would like to express her utmost gratitude to her pillar of strength, her family. She would like to thank her mother, in particular, for the constant support and encouragement, without which she would not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in her life. She is equally grateful to her uncle and aunt for taking care of her all the time and making sure that she's well fed. Your petitioner could not imagine how she'd be able to achieve what she has if not for their kindness and unconditional love. Your petitioner's appreciation is also extended to her mentors and colleagues at S.L. Gun and Partners. In particular, the guidance and opportunities given by her pupil master, Miss Daphne Gun and Miss Woon Ling Lee. According to your petitioner, it has been a privilege. Your petitioner is also grateful towards her colleagues, Sesi Wu, Shafiq Shahmi, who have been the great friends to her. This has helped lighten the 9 months of her training in the firm. Your petitioner would also like to thank all her friends from high school and university who have been selfless in their acts of love and continuous support, for which she says is the best blessings she could ever desire. Finally, my lord, I'm thanked too. My lord, I believe that your petitioner is the fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe that all her papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objections to this motion. Accordingly, I pray that the petitioner, Michelle Pun Yue Tong, be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court in Malaya.
Ada bantahan Yang Arif?
The Bar Council has no objections to this very last call for the day, my lord.
Tiada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif,
dengan kuasa yang diberikan kepada saya di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976, Mahkamah dengan ini menerima masuk Michelle Pun Yuen Tong untuk didaftarkan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
dengan izin Yang Arif, saya pohon kebenaran bagi pempetisyen untuk menjubahkan diri sendiri.
Okey, dibenarkan.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Sama-sama.
Terima kasih kepada wakil-wakil jabatan dan peguam penyusul. Tahniah kepada semua pempetisyen yang telah didaftarai sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Seterusnya, ucapan Yang Arif Hakim.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan selamat petang. Saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada wakil-wakil daripada yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor, peguam-peguam pengusul yang sudi hadir di majlis perbicaraan petisyen penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya yang ditetapkan di hadapan saya pada petang ini secara dalam talian di dalam sidang video yang disiarkan secara langsung. Tidak juga saya lupakan untuk merakamkan ucapan syabas dan tahniah kepada tenaga-tenaga pengajar, masters dan firma-firma Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara yang telah berjaya mendidik dan membimbing pempetisyen sehingga menjadi peguam pada petang ini. Sean Zachary Tan Chia Woon, Tan Wai Sean, Chia Yi Huan, Laura Ann Raphael Parikal, Chua Yi Sin, Chang Chung Peng dan Michelle Poon Yu Tong. Di kesempatan ini, saya ingin merakamkan ucapan syabas dan tahniah kepada semua pempetisyen tersebut yang baru sebentar tadi telah diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Seperti kelaziman, perbicaraan penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dibuat secara fizikal di mahkamah terbuka dengan kehadiran semua pihak termasuk ibu bapa, saudara mara dan sahabat handal pempetisyen. Walau bagaimanapun, dengan tercetusnya penularan pandemik COVID-19 yang melanda negara baru-baru ini, ianya telah banyak mengubah corak hidup masyarakat di negara ini dengan mengamalkan norma-norma baru kehidupan. Badan Kehakiman Malaysia juga tidak terlepas daripada menerima tempias berikutan dengan pandemik tersebut. Oleh demikian, bagi memastikan akses kepada keadilan, access to justice, dapat disampaikan kepada masyarakat, maka pada petang ini, perbicaraan penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya telah dijalankan dengan norma baharu secara dalam talian melalui sidang video yang dapat disaksikan secara langsung live melalui YouTube dan dapat ditonton di seluruh pelosok dunia. Saya percaya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan serta semua pempetisyen adalah pertama kali hadir dalam perbicaraan penerimaan masuk Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya yang dibuat secara dalam talian melalui sidang video yang disiarkan secara langsung. Bagi pempetisyen, saya percaya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan adalah di antara kelompok ataupun batch yang terawal yang telah diterima masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya yang dibuat secara norma baru ini secara dalam talian melalui sidang video. Peristiwa ini bukan sahaja melakar sejarah buat diri anda semua secara peribadi, tetapi juga melakar sejarah bagi kerjaya anda sebagai seorang peguam. Ia juga telah melakar hari ini dalam sejarah perundangan dan kehakiman negara, kerana inilah julung kalinya perbicaraan penerimaan masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dibuat secara dalam talian melalui sidang video yang disiarkan secara langsung live daripada YouTube yang dibuat oleh Badan Kehakiman Malaysia. Sebagai tradisi, izinkan saya memberi sepatah dua kata bagi meraihkan majlis kita yang berbahagia pada petang ini. Again, I would like to begin by heartily congratulating each and every one of you. Today is a momentous day for all of you. It marks not the end of your privilege, but rather the beginning of your professional life as a lawyer. This is a very special and privileged moment in the life of any new lawyer. Today is the beginning of a whole vista of opportunities in this honorable profession, a profession which carries with it rights involving heavy obligations and empowering responsibilities. The success you have achieved in being admitted to the High Court of Malaya is not yours alone. A special tribute must be given to your families, particularly your parents, who in one way or another, be it financially or otherwise, supported you and gave you their succor as you endeavored to become a lawyer. I'm sure your family and friends felt as if they were reading law and sitting for exams alongside you as you strive to achieve your ambition of becoming a lawyer. It may be fair to say your achievements are in some ways their achievements. Please take this opportunity after this ceremony to thank them for their support and their patience. Please allow me on this special day of yours to convey some advice. Let me start with a quote from Lord Denning. Quote, "Barristers owe an allegiance to a higher cause. It is the cause of justice and truth." Unquote. As part of this honorable profession, there are certain responsibilities expected of you. One main responsibility is to maintain the highest professional standard of integrity and competence at all times. The legal profession is a noble, learned, and honorable one. Respect and success can only be earned through hard work and adherence to strong ethical and professional values. As you have chosen to join this profession, you should thus aim and commit yourself to the fair administration of justice. In conducting yourself as a lawyer, you are expected to maintain the highest professional standards. What this further entails is that you should always be polite, always be courteous and respectful of others, regardless whether they are lawyers, judges, or clients. Having professional standards equally connotes that you conduct yourself in a manner befitting of the profession. In so doing, always remain humble and true to yourself. You are joining an old and ancient profession where diligence and vigilance are always expected. In the words of Lord Radcliffe, I quote, "You cannot train a judge to be judged, but you can educate a lawyer to be a lawyer," unquote. By being called to the bar today, you are on the threshold of the beginning of your education to become lawyers. While this is an occasion to celebrate your successes thus far, I'm afraid your legal education is far from complete. Law is a profession that demands constant learning, and you must engage with the evolving of rules and legal principles that have resulted from years of analysis. What this translates into is hard work. There is no substitute for hard work. You owe it to yourself and to your clients to always give your best. In order to further hone your legal skills, you should volunteer and conduct as many as possible pro bono works in courts so as to give you the experience and confidence in court later on. Lastly, I would also like to extend my warmest congratulations to all of you and wish the very best in what I hope will be a long and fulfilling career in law. Syabas sekali lagi saya ucapkan kepada semua Pempetisyen, stay home, stay safe, kita jaga kita, jangan leka dan alfa, kita teguh, kita menang. Thank you. Court is now adjourned.
Kod bangun.